Magnus Carlsen, the world #1, the reigning king of chess, and arguably the greatest player to ever live. No one ever toppled his position for nearly 14 years straight, making his reign the longest consecutive period at the top in chess history. Magnus doesn't just win, he crushes everything he faces. But even titans can bleed.
No, Norris.
What you're about to witness might just be the most shocking loss of his entire career. It happened at the 2023 Qatar Masters. Magnus faced off against a virtually unknown Kazakh grandmaster, Alisher Suleymenov. Rated just 2,512 at the time, that's over 300 ELO points below Carlsen. On paper, this was a massacre waiting to happen. But what unfolded instead was a shock to the chess world. So what really happened? How did the underdog stun the champion with two-piece sacrifices and spark yet another cheating scandal? Let's dive in. The game begins with d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, and b6. Carlsen opted for the queen's Indian defense, aiming for a solid and flexible setup. Suleymenov replied with a3, the Petrosian variation, preventing bishop b4 check, bishop a6. Carlsen put pressure on c4, queen c2 defending, and bishop back to b7 where it belongs. A curious move as the bishop moved twice in the opening, but it's a great square for the bishop, controlling the diagonal and can be dangerous if it can later be activated. Suleymenov continued developing with knight c3, c5, and e4, controlling the center and potentially supporting d5 later on. So Carlsen takes and knight takes back. Black continues to develop with bishop c5, knight back to f3, knight c6, b4, attacking the bishop and gaining space on the queen side. Bishop e7, bishop b2, and queen to b8, controlling the e5 square. Rook d1, black castles, bishop e2, and d6, adding another control on e5. White continues with castle. Rook c8, nicely aligning the rook with white's queen. Rook f to e1, centralizing the rook, bishop f8, bishop f1, and knight e7. Both the rook and bishop are unmasked. d6 became vulnerable now, so white attacked immediately with knight b5. This is the critical moment in the game. What Carlsen should play is knight g6, make a room for the bishop to defend, but instead he defends by dropping the knight back to e8. White takes the initiative immediately by playing knight g5, with the idea of pushing e5 and checkmate the black's king. Notice how the black's queen is sandwiched on the queen side and has no move at all. This will become a problem later on. Black continues with knight to g6, stopping any checkmate ideas. White plays e5 anyway, a pawn sacrifice to open up more attacking lines. Black defends by pushing d5, queen b3, avoiding the pin, bishop e7 attacking the knight, and Suleymenov plays the brilliant move knight takes f7, luring the king out of his defenses. King takes knight, pawn takes pawn, bishop takes back, and white sacrifices the exchange. Pawn takes back and queen takes pawn with a check. Watch how all of black's major pieces are stuck in the corner and cannot help at the defenses of their king. Only move is king f8, knight d4, with a threat of knight to d6, knight f4 attacking the queen and defends d6, and queen f3, pinning the knight. If g5 then g3, so no matter what black plays he will lose the knight, so he continues with king g8. Queen takes knight, queen b7, knight f5, b5 stopping bishop check, and bishop takes c4. Carlsen cannot take the bishop, otherwise knight takes bishop check and queen to f8 checkmate, so he retreats the bishop to f8. Bishop c4 check, knight h8, final move knight h6, and Carlsen resigned. The big threat is if pawn takes knight, then queen takes bishop checkmate. And even if black didn't take the knight and plays any other move to avoid checkmate, the position is lost already and Carlsen knew it, so there's no point in continuing the game. So what did you think of this game? Did Suleymenov really cheat? Or does Magnus's claim about being distracted by his opponent's watch hold any weight? If you want me to cover other interesting games, let me know in the comments below.